What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Gonna read through a schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. First, I want to give a huge shout out to John. Thank you so much, John, for that Cash App. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you, John. So we're starting out with a video titled USPS Workers Protest in D.C. This was a live from earlier today. We're going to watch a couple minutes of it as they boo-hoo really loudly. I don't know. I don't feel sorry at all for these people. You guys have seen over the years how much I fight with the postal service and all of that. These people work like shit. They don't deserve to be dishwashers at McDonald's, so I don't care about any of that strike crap. They cry all they want to. I don't know if it's a strike or a protest or what it is, but they're just mad. They're mad. Then we got a video titled Federal Workers Sue Elon Musk Over Email Demanding That They Explain Their Accomplishments. Again, just more mad people. They can't explain their accomplishments. That's the real problem. Then we got a video titled Roosevelt Hotel in New York is expected to close. This is kind of a weird story. Because we don't have enough border crossers, the hotel can't stay open. That sounds so weird, but that's the way it's rolling. Then we got a video titled EPA discovers Biden admin awarded $2 billion to climate group linked to loyal supporter. This, I think Stacey Abrams is her name. Either way, this got brought up, and I actually just found out about this. I was doing research about it over the weekend. We were doing a little bit of that in the voice chat on Friday, so I figured we'd go ahead and cover it since it's still relevant. Then we got a video titled Good Riddance. Sky News host slams Joy Reid as MSNBC cancels her show. And I can't remember what her show is. I don't even think they mention it in the video. It's called like Read something. It's a play on words about reading, but obviously her name is not spelled the same. But either way, it got canceled because Joy Reid sucks. Then we got a video titled Trump hilariously threatens Maine Governor as bizarre footage emerges of her dancing at a drag show. Now, we covered President Trump smoking this governor during his speech, but apparently the Office of Civil Rights is now going to do an investigation into Maine's Department of Education for violations of Title IX. So that's really interesting because she thought she was a big person over there talking bad to President Trump while he was giving his speech, but it looks like it backfired. Also, I think President Trump is referring to her as a him because she's so damn ugly that you can't tell it's a woman. Then there's a video titled Arizona Bounty Bill Would Pay Local Police for Immigration Arrests. Now, this is a bounty unlike anything we've covered. They're going to give officers bounty money if they actually catch illegals. What the hell is wrong with Arizona? Arizona like pretends to be red, but then they got all that fraud when it comes to elections, and now they got to give the officers bounty money to go and catch illegals. Very weird. Very weird. Then we got a video titled Cash Patel's takeover of ATF puts agency's future in doubt. Apparently, Cash Patel is not only going to be cleaning up the FBI, but he's going to be doing the ATF, and they're talking about just doing away with the ATF. That would be entertaining. Then our last little bit of the news is titled Dan Bongino named as Deputy FBI Director. This is a very interesting thing. Now, in that video, I think it's Blue News covering it, so they just act like it's a terrible thing that Dan Bongino is going to be the Deputy FBI Director, but that's okay. Then, of course, we will be opening today's door from our Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. Then we got two funny videos of the day. First one's titled When People Are So Damn Stupid You Have to Break Out the Tape Measure. And then our official funny video of the day is titled Ice Ice Baby. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Russell? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Astro Hammer? What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, Zero? What's up, Josh1776? What's up, Tom Tom? What's up, Matt Rogers? And what's up, you Hill? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. What is up, everyone over on Rumble? Snooks, you were first today. I appreciate you and everything you do for us, Snooks. Thank you for racing in the chat. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Sly Dog? What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Fanatical? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Too Old to Care? What's up, No Ad? Happy freedom to you. Hit that like button over on Rumble. See if you hooligans can get us on the front page. Man, those are fresh goat screams from Mac the Goat there. Finally changed the batteries out. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? My fart, you were first over here. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Toy Mafia? What's Sly Dog? You're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Heaven Mag? What's up, D? Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. What's up, Prop Patriot Girly? Happy freedom to you. Let me see. What's up, Mitchell? Happy freedom. What's up, Kick and Wing? Let me see. I think we're good. You hooligans are welcome to hit that like button over on the commie platform, like a big old fuck you to YouTube. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom, you hooligans over on Twitch. I feel like the chat over here is get something weird going on with it, but we'll see how it goes. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom to you. Slid through right when I turned the page, but you're not forgotten. Don't you worry, Hair Juicer. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into these videos here. This first one is titled USPS Workers Protest in D.C. Now, this was a live stream that lasted about an hour and 20 minutes, which is fine because we're not going to watch all of that crap. We're going to watch 3-4 minutes of this nonsense just so we get an idea of what they're crying about. Come on, thing. There we go. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that we have these epic winning t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have your opportunity to be able to hire him for your creative needs. Because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, and I even made tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Plain Jane Hooligan badge. It's good stuff. That's a classic. I'll be dropping the link for the merch store in all of the chats while we're watching this first video. I gotta unmute it first, okay? So you just give me a second here. This ain't my first day. It just feels like it.
What do we say? Hell no! So let's be very clear about what this is. A direct attack on the 640,000 dedicated people that work in the Postal Service, on the service that we provide, and on the hundreds of millions of Americans that rely on the service we provide every single day. Apparently, the White House doesn't recognize or understand what they are jeopardizing. Every day, over 200,000 members of our union and hundreds of thousands of members of the other postal unions serve the people of this country. We provide a constitutionally mandated universal service. Every day, we deliver 376 million pieces of mail to 169 million addresses in this country. And our work that we do every day is a massive part of the economy in this country. It is a centerpiece of a $1.9 trillion per year industry. So what does that mean? Do you know that what we do every day and throughout the course of every year, we deliver half of the world's mail? Yep. And guess what? The private companies that are more than likely behind a lot of this have no interest in delivering 376 million pieces of mail to 169 million addresses. Without the work that we do, 51 million rural households and businesses in this country would have no guaranteed postal delivery service. Now, beyond that, think about what we deliver to those households. Medications, paychecks, ballots, and other essential mail and packages. So what do we say to cutting delivery to rural Americans? Hell no! This executive order would threaten the job of every single postal employee. You know what's among postal employees? 73,000 veterans that served our country in change uniforms. There are also nearly jobs in this country, of which the Postal Service is a centerpiece. It threatens their livelihoods. Now, maybe we shouldn't be too surprised by this. Look at what we've seen over the last 30 days. I think it's very clear this administration has no interest in protecting public service, working people, or really the public good. They want to throw us away to create an unreliable, inefficient, expensive private delivery service. And what do we say to that? Hell no! So these ideas are, of course, dangerous. They're anti-worker. You could say they're anti-American. You know what else they are? Illegal. Yeah.
So anyways, that was today's group crying in DC. Every day there's one. Nobody set themselves on fire for solidarity, I guess. But they're really upset for some reason. President Trump's not doing away with the Postal Service. They're talking about privatizing some shit. I haven't heard anything about that. So I don't really know what these guys are out here crying about. Sounds really good, though. It's un-American what he's doing. Oh, yeah. President Trump is just killing our democracy. These people out here getting paid too much to be this damn stupid. Next up, federal workers sue Elon Musk over emails demanding that they explain their accomplishments. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these worthless postal workers. Hill, I wonder what they use for post, because they all know anything nice will be broken. I don't know. These people are worthless. I feel nothing for these postal workers. They have been the worst service I have ever had to deal with in my entire life, okay? Like, they'd be better off being prostitutes instead of handling mail. Matt Rogers, our post office sucks. If one could get a negative Yelp rating, it would be our post office. Yeah, Matt Rogers, I feel the same way. I've used 3 or 4 post offices in the last 3 or 4 years for P.O. boxes and all that stuff, and every single one of them has some hang up about the use of a P.O. box, but they're all different. It's like they always find something to bitch about. God forbid they have to do their job. They get all those benefits and extra pay for what? To be fat and hate your life but stay alive long enough to treat us like shit? Nah, just delete yourself. You ain't worth the trouble. I don't feel nothing for these postal workers. They could freeze to death out in the cold screaming and crying. I wouldn't give a shit. Like, not at all. They could delete themselves on camera. I'd watch it twice. Like, fuck them. That's all day. Fuck them. Turbo. You mean you won't be able to bring me my bills? Fuck them. Yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. They are trash. UPS is the only delivery service I've had any luck with. FedEx, Postal Service, they're all crap. They're all crap all day. They're trash. And they were the ones stealing the damn $5 out of the census packets, and then they had the nerve to try and deny it. Worthless. Lowlifes. It's like having crackheads deliver the mail. They're worthless. I'm just saying. You know, if Putin's going to hit us with a nuke, hit the post office first. Like, fuck those people. I don't know. Having a day. Metal Mouth, they need to get off their asses. I'm saying. Happy freedom to you, Metal Mouth. No ad. To be fair, the reviews from my local postal annex are fucking hilarious. See, I need to go and read mine. I want to see if Roxanne is addressed by name in those reviews. Fanatical post office has been delivering drugs by mail since 1775. I believe it. What's up, Screaming Eagle? Happy freedom to you. Too old to care. Go back to fingering the envelopes and licking those stamps, Buster. I love that. For real. Screaming Eagle. If it's constitutionally mandated, why do I have to pay for postage? I don't know what those yahoos are talking about. I think they were lied to by Blue News, and they were like, hey, let's get a group together and go cry in D.C. What's up, Seppa? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom to you. Screaming Eagle, if you want to see them have a meltdown, go inside the post office while videoing. I've done it twice. I've stuck cameras in their face, and I've also gone in there with body cameras on. Yeah, they don't like that. Keeps them honest, though. You ill. Roxanne's a bitch. She is. She don't have to be. I wish she'd get fired without her pension so I could go to McDonald's and order fries from her until the day she drops dead, and then I'll go and attend her funeral and give the eulogy because I am a chaplain and I am ordained to marry, bury, and baptize. So I'd leave a shitty review for her right at her funeral. I'm saying. I get petty. What's up, Viola? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zeus Boot? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Guess Who? USPS workers got full pay during the lockdowns while the rest of us had to suffer. Yeah, now they're out there crying. I don't even know what they're crying about. That's the thing. I can't stand these new protesters. They don't even tell you what they're crying about. It's just more proof that they're here to cry, not to have problems solved. They're here to create problems, but they don't want any solutions. You know, it's the way they do it. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom to you. Agent O Swamp got chunky. It's because they're living too good. Cinderella, I got 2 small packages. There's something funny in there. He put one in the mailbox and brought the other one to the door. He had a signature required and just dropped a slip in the box saying I wasn't there. I don't like him. And I was watching. Yeah, Cinderella. People who deliver the mail, they're no good. Bill, the union set this crap up. I totally believe that. That's what's really weird about the stuff with Elon. Is Elon and President Trump and them, they're trying to give these federal workers some opportunities, right? You can step down if you want to, take your 8 months worth of pay, whatever. What, you know, they all have their own deal that they were given by Trump and Doge and all of that. But their unions are telling them not to take the deal. Then Monday comes around and they get fired and they get a nice pretty note that says eat shit. You didn't take the offer, now you get to eat shit. And they want to boo-hoo about it. And it's like, well, you're the one that listened to your union that told you to stand against the president of the United States. You don't get to boo-hoo now. You go put some job applications in, you dusty bitch. Like, that's the reality of the situation. But you're right. The unions are the ones that set these people up. They might as well tell them to lay down in the road, and then they can cry and ask why they got ran over by cars. Well, because you're listening to the wrong people. What's up, First Amendment? Happy freedom to you. Was it Red Dog? What's up, Kabuki? Happy freedom to you. Government employee used to be an insult. Yeah, now they're spoon-fed. Bunch of sissies. What's up, Travis? Happy freedom. If we don't fix everything, China will. I mean, oh, China always lurking around the corner at us. What's up, Skulls? Happy freedom to you if I didn't get you already. What's up, Tony Bridge? Thank you for watching over on X. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom. See, Muskie Boss, I figured. Muskie Boss says, I got a big package. You're going to have to pay extra for delivery. Holy. Matt Rogers, I got attempted delivery emails way earlier in the morning, long before the mail truck even leaves the post office. Yeah. I got crazy emails today about Adobe. I must have got 16 emails today saying, oh, your Adobe payment isn't going through. Click this malicious link and get it all figured out. It's like the hackers are getting lazy watching the show. Either way, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. This next one's titled, Federal Workers Sue Elon Musk Over Email Demanding That They Explain Their Accomplishments. Now, I think that this is lovely. I couldn't imagine working at a job where you had to leave bullet points on what your accomplishments were for the last week and all of that. That would suck. But at the same time, I'm not a federal worker where I get federal money and federal benefits and federal holidays off and all this soft-handed treatment and stuff. So I think if really all they had to do is listen bullet points over what they did over last week, it's not that bad. I did it earlier during Trump's speech with President Macaroni. Somebody in the chat had asked that I left bullet points of what I did over the weekend. I did it while running a live, okay, in front of a whole group of people staring at me and judging me harshly, okay? So I'm sure the federal workers have no problem giving these bullet points. Once again, this is titled, Federal Workers Sue Elon Musk Over Email Demanding That They Explain Their Accomplishments. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the communism platform, and let's get this rolling.
Attorneys for federal workers saying in a lawsuit today that Elon Musk has violated the law with his weekend demand that employees explain their accomplishments or risk being fired. Now, this is an updated lawsuit which was filed in federal court in California. It was provided to the Associated Press. The lawsuit is trying to block mass layoffs pursued by Musk and President Trump, including any connected to the email distributed by the Office of Personnel Management on Saturday. The office, which functions as a human resources agency for the federal government, said employees needed to detail 5 things that they did last week by the end of the day today, stating, quote, no OMP rule, regulation, policy, or program has ever in United States history purported to require all federal workers to submit reports to OPM. This was filed on behalf of unions, businesses, and veterans and conservation groups, calling the threat of mass firings, quote, one of the most massive employment frauds in the history of this country, end quote. Now, Musk is leading President Trump's efforts to overhaul and downsize the federal government. He has continued to call on federal workers this morning, even as there has been confusion throughout the administration, and even having some top officials telling federal employees not to comply with this email request. Elon Musk posting early this morning on X saying, quote, those who do not take this email seriously will soon be furthering their career elsewhere. He has also supported President Trump's demand for employees to stop working remotely, also posting onto X, quote, starting this week, those who still fail to return to office will be placed on administrative leave. Musk also followed up by saying, quote, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week, claiming that a failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. The Office of Personnel Management sent out its own request afterwards, saying, quote, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Although that message said nothing about the potential for employees to get fired for noncompliance. The deadline is listed as 11:59 p.m. tonight. Now, there have been some pushback from key U.S. agencies, including the FBI, State Department, Homeland Security, and the Pentagon. All of these agencies have instructed their employees not to respond. Lawmakers in both parties say that Musk's mandate could be illegal, and unions have threatened to sue. So we did want to share that very latest breaking news, as a lawsuit now filed on behalf of federal workers say that Elon Musk has violated the law with his weekend demand that employees explain their accomplishments or risk being fired. We are going to continue to follow this breaking news as we are looking towards any developments here as we take a live look of the U.S. Capitol.
Okay. Some more bad advice there. What Elon and President Trump's doing is illegal. Okay, well then go to arrest him. Go do the thing. Why aren't you doing the thing? If it's so damn illegal, why aren't you doing the thing? I don't get that. He sent the worst email in American history, they cry out loud. And then, of course, everyone around them telling them, don't listen to the email. Don't take advice from the email. Don't worry about Elon and President Trump. They're a bunch of nobodies. And then next week, we'll be covering about how these people are out in the streets screaming and crying and shit because they didn't comply with the email. And now they're canned. I don't know who they're taking advice from, but it ain't good advice. If the top of the food chain is telling you to jump, either you're going to go ahead and walk out or you're going to say how high. That's all you got. That's all you got. So they're going to figure it out, and I assume we're going to have follow-ups with this. Lots of crying today. Next up, Roosevelt Hotel in New York is expected to close. Now, the Roosevelt Hotel is where they were keeping all those border crossers. They turned it into like a travel center for illegals. And now that we don't have hardly any illegals entering the country, if any at all, they don't have a use for the Roosevelt Hotel. So they're going to close it down. Now, I think that's really weird, but I want to say in this story, they kind of spin it like it's Trump's fault. So we could keep the hotel running, but you cut all the illegals out and you stop sending us FEMA money. So, we can't keep the hotel open. and it's all Trump's fault. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about these federal workers getting all hyped up over Elon's email. Matt Rogers, when I was in the Marines, my warrant officer checked on our work every day of the week, not just on Friday. Yeah, Matt Rogers, I know these people got it real easy. They got themselves a nice little cushion job. And President Trump and Elon, they're just they're tipping tables. You know, they want proof. Are you actually working? You just sitting here wasting time. Now they're all bent out of shape about it. I don't get it. Russell, I was told not to respond to the email from my HR, the DOD HR, and my boss. They told you not to comply with Elon's email. I feel like that's bad advice, but it does stick you in a position. Do you go against the wishes of your HR, the DOD HR, and your boss and respond to the email, or do you take their advice and get fired by Elon, and then you have to pretty much blame your boss and everybody because they were the one telling you to follow orders? It's a tough one, Russell. I don't know. It's hard to say. See, these are the reasons I didn't join the military. I didn't want to be told what to do. That's a tough one, Russell. I wish the best for you, but I really think listening to the people at the top of the food chain is the way to go. But I'm not in your shoes, so I can't tell you what to do. Russell, you're an essential worker? I haven't heard that in so long. I believe you, though. Stoner, paying customers won't stay there anymore because everything is gross and smells like shit and piss now. That makes a lot of sense, Stoner. When you put it like that, it makes a lot of sense. Nobody's paying $200 a night to stay in a hotel that smells like a sanctuary. Rappy, they're gonna mess around and find out. You ain't wrong. Fanatical, will Elon give bonus points to any Fed using Grok to respond? You never know. He's kind of cheeky like that. What's up, Poetic? Happy freedom to you. We gotta get these likes up. Screaming Eagle, they don't want to go to the office and they don't want to be accountable for their jobs. It's all that DEI crap. That's what it is. This soft-handed treatment over the last 4 years. Like social distancing and shit. That stuff made America soft. It wasn't like that before. Now they think they can sit at home and get paid to do nothing. And even when they come in the office, they don't want to show their work. I mean, we were in 3rd grade. They're like, show us how you did the math. We're like, what do you mean? They're like, show us your work. All right. So it's like, I don't understand why federal workers are like, I don't want to show my work. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you think, you're getting paid to do nothing? Not anymore. Biden's gone. What's up, Tree Herder? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Brez? Happy freedom to you. Stoner, put people who don't know how to use indoor plumbing in a nice hotel. Yeah, they were doing all kinds of things in New York. What's up, Puff and Stuff? What's up, Tori Wayne? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rip Curl? Happy freedom to you. All they had to do is write an email stating that your job responsibilities are and what you did above and beyond, and that's pretty simple and harmless. Yeah, Rip Curl, I agree. But like Russell was saying, he was told by his boss in HR department to not respond to the email. So if he does respond, will he be punished for it? Right? That's kind of the weird thing, because you don't want to comply with something you're not supposed to comply with because you could be in trouble for that. But if you don't comply, then you're going to lose your job. So, that's a tough situation. I'm a shithead. I'd respond. I'd be like, no, you don't outrank Elon and the president of the United States. I'm listening to those people. That's what I would do. But like I said, I never signed up to take orders, so I don't really know the risks and all of that. What's up, Bobo? Happy freedom to you. Zeus, yeah, you're right. It's by the end of today. So maybe tomorrow we'll have a follow-up video instead of waiting until next week. Kevin, his HR is going to be out of a job. It could be. It's a sticky situation. Steve asks, even truck drivers will piss in a bottle and not stain the carpets. Yeah, the border crossers, they ain't running like that. They have no decency. James, they're trying to weed out the fake employees. Yeah, but the unions and everybody else is interfering with it. What's up, Miss Gen X? Happy freedom to you. Steve asks, they want a participation award job. Yeah, those feds over on Capitol Hill and all that. What's up, loves? Happy freedom. Yeah, reply to the email. Just don't CC your manager. Yeah. Like I'm saying, I'd reply to the email. The people who wrote the email are higher ranking than anybody else. So, I mean, that's how I would judge it. But my ass would probably be fired. So, you know, I can't give advice in this situation. What's up, Deb? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dog Nuts? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Corey Luca? I heard on Wood Radio Trump sat next to murderous Gretch as the governor's dinner Friday. Yikes. Oh, man, Corey Luca, I didn't realize that. I'll have to go look into that. I haven't heard Wood Radio in so long. I get it. I should program my radio to tune into it. The only time I listened to it was when I was working, but now I should be listening to it just to see the way they portray the news. What's up, Sparky? Happy freedom. Sparky FAFO. They're going to find out. DC real estate's about to be going down quick. I've been hearing that over the last couple days. Some people think we're going to have like a housing market crash. Well, we'll see. Heaven Mag made it over to X. Happy freedom to you. No, Heaven Mag, I actually can't see the hearts because I'm on PC. So for whatever reason, you could tap the screen on the phone and it'll throw up hearts or whatever, but I can't see them on the PC. Thank you, Evan Meg. I appreciate you sharing out the live. Matt Rogers, I would reply also. Yeah. I'm not trying to tell Russell what to do. He's got to make his own decisions, but I'm a shithead. And that's just how I would look at it. And if my boss or HR or anybody else came in and was like, hey, I heard you replied to the email, I'd be like, yeah, what's your rank? What's your rank compared to the President of the United States in Doge? What's your rank to them? Because if you're not above them, what am I supposed to do? Right? It's like you're in the front yard and your mom's sitting behind you telling you not to comply. Officer's got a gun to your face telling you to comply. Who do you listen to? Right? Your mom's telling you, nah, don't comply. Run away. The cop's like, if you move a muscle, I'm going to shoot you in the face 6 times in front of your mom. Who do you listen to? Probably the guy with the gun in your face, right? They're higher ranking. I don't know. That's just how I would judge it. But, you know, I'm just me. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this next video is Roosevelt Hotel in New York is expected to close. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's something that's happening. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get into this old Roosevelt Motel. They should just burn it down instead of closing it. If it smells like shit, just burn it down and build a new one. Maybe President Trump will buy you a new one if you guys cry hard enough. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Commie platform, and let's get into this.
The Roosevelt Hotel Migrant Intake Center is closing down. In a statement released this morning, the city says the center is no longer needed as the number of migrants entering the city has dropped drastically. Fox 5 New York's Briella Tomasetti has the story.
The Roosevelt Hotel, which served as both our asylum arrival center and the humanitarian emergency response and relief center for nearly 2 years, will be closing.
Mayor Adams announced the news in a nearly 2-minute-long video released by City Hall. He says the Roosevelt Hotel will close its doors in the coming months, marking a significant milestone in the city's migrant crisis. The Midtown Manhattan Hotel was transformed into a migrant arrival center in May of 2023 and has since processed tens of thousands of migrants each day. But the mayor says that number has now dwindled down to the hundreds.
With the city receiving an average of 4,000 arrivals each week. Now, thanks to our policies, we're down to an average of just 350 new arrivals each week.
The site provided a variety of supportive services, including legal assistance and medical care. For instance, migrants who wanted to connect with family or friends elsewhere were given bus tickets out of the state. Those in need of shelter were assigned to a site and given instructions on how to apply for asylum.
Our administration has skillfully managed this crisis, which has seen over 232,000 migrants enter our city asking for shelter.
According to City Hall, there are currently fewer than 45,000 migrants in the city's care, down from a high of 69,000 in January of 2024. More than 84% of eligible adults in the city's care have applied for work authorization, allowing for the city to close all tent-based shelters by the end of this summer. Several other large sites housing more than 1,000 migrants will also close within that time frame.
We're closing 53 sites within a span of a year.
While City Hall refrained from saying how much it costs to keep the Roosevelt Hotel running, Adams was a major critic of the Biden administration's migrant response and repeatedly called on the federal government for more money. Meanwhile, city attorneys filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration on Friday after FEMA revoked more than $80 million in migrant funding, citing concerns over illegal activities at a hotel. The suit argues that the funds were previously approved and then paid out by FEMA, only to be removed from a city bank account on February 11th without notice.
Over here boo-hooing, even down to the FEMA dollars. They said they went from 4,000 people showing up every day, which I think it was more than that, to now there's only hundreds. Who's the hundreds of people? We keep covering the border and they're saying the border's closed. So who's these hundreds of people coming in every week? Where the hell are they coming from? They're not still being flown in, are they? Because as far as I know, they're not crossing the border. So I don't know what they mean with all of that. They also didn't describe why it's being shut down. If you have an empty hotel, then you put asses in the rooms. You do that, that's how you make money. Why aren't you guys doing that? Why don't they talk about that? It's a business, and you're closing it because it ain't making money. Why ain't it making money? I think you guys are right. I think it's because it smells like shit and they tore it up. They let the border crossers tear that place up. And now it's beyond repair. It would cost so much money to fix everything that they'd rather just close it down. The whole news article was supposed to be about that, and they told you everything except for why they're closing it down. But they didn't forget to blame Trump, though. They didn't forget at all to blame Trump. And they're mad that FEMA money that shouldn't even be going to border crossers, especially while the people in North Carolina are still living in tents, they're mad that the Trump administration took that money back. Why? It's not your money, and we paid for it. So what are you mad about? Makes no sense. Next up, EPA discovers Biden admin awarded $2 billion to a climate group linked to a loyal supporter. Now, I believe her name is Stacey Abrams, and she was awarded $2 billion. And the whole group was given $20 billion, and she got $2 billion herself. For what? For being fat and ugly? I guess. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about the Roosevelt Hotel being closed. Tom, owners should be forced to remodel after receiving federal money. I mean, you would think. They just do whatever they want in New York. It's because Batman's not there. Russell, if you're in the country illegally, time to get out. That's right. Russell, the place would have to be fully remodeled. Yeah, it would take a lot. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably. Zero, full of roaches and bed bugs. Burn it down. Yeah, well, even just closing it's not going to help anything. They're going to have to do something. They can't just leave it all gross and shit. Who would want to pay property taxes on a condemned building? Hill, I love how Jeff calls YouTube the commie platform and people just stay there. Yeah, it's been that way for years. It's been that way for years. I'm demonetized on the platform, and so it really doesn't do anything. I shouldn't even go live on YouTube, but I just do. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom to you. I bet you illegals pooped on the walls. What, in solidarity of old man Walter? Maybe. What's up, RML? Happy freedom to you. Shroomish. Happy freedom. You crack me up. Screaming ill tax write-off. Yeah. Yeah. Could be. I don't know. I wonder what else they're doing with all... Like, what does their taxes look like? You go to file taxes for, I assume, 1099s, self-employment if you own the Roosevelt Hotel. You're getting federal funding. Does that count as profit? How do you even file taxes for that shit? And now they're out of business. No more illegals. They're just out of business. Mayor Todd, they fucked around. Now they're finding out. They are. And it's all Trump's fault. Big, mean, orange man just cut the illegals out. Stoner ICE will give them shelter. They got places to go. They just don't want to be there. Mayor Todd, I love your facial expressions. I can't hide it. Yeah, I can stay quiet, but my face, it speaks loudly. Screaming Eagle, let them sleep outside. Yeah, let them sleep outside on that side of the fence. That's why they don't make me president. I wouldn't be hauling them to Gitmo or any of that shit. They'd be hauled to the outside of the wall. You cross the wall, it'd be the last thing you ever did. It's real simple. It'd be cheap for the American taxpayers. You guys remember that in 2028 when I run for president. You remember that. I'm kicking the border crossers to the outside of the fence. They found their way into the country. From wherever the fuck they came from, they can find their way home. That's simple. Save us some doll hairs, free us from the rapist and all that. Got an answer for it. Jay Blazer, happy freedom to you. Still waiting for mass arrests of these criminals any day now. I want to see these governors and people start getting arrested. These people who want to do this sanctuary city crap and they want to teach illegals how to dip, dodge, and duck ICE. I want to see those people get arrested because, like I said before, they go out there and they make these videos and they do these campaigns. And hell, AOC held a master class on how to do it. Some webinar to teach illegals how to dodge ICE. Arrest those people. Because if they don't, other people are going to see that and it'll be trendy. Kind of like being an activist in 2020. It was like one person went out there, started hooting and hollering. They had 10 people look up to him. Somebody saw that shit. Next thing you know, they were working on their Facebook profile, putting activists and BLMer in it. It's because nobody stopped it. This is the same way. They're acting like they're activists for illegals. All the way up to AOC. If they don't do something about that, more people are going to walk in those footsteps. They need to hold those people accountable and stop it before it gets carried away. What's up, Karma? Happy freedom to you. Steve S. They will sue the government as the last customer. They left the rooms in despair. Yeah. Want some tax doll hairs. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, I bet they ruined the hotel and stole the copper out of the walls. They might have. You never know. Ms. Gen X, 80 million. Seriously, that's insane. They said it was above 80 million because it was actually 95 million that FEMA had sent to New York for the border crossers to live in hotels after we already started the mass deportation. There is no border crossers living in the hotels. That's why they clawed back the money. And that's not what it sounds like when you listen to that news, though. But so we had already covered that. We already covered that FEMA had took that money back. And the person who sent the money, who authorized it, was the financial head of FEMA. They were the ones that greenlighted it. They were the ones that made sure that money went out, and it shouldn't have gone out. And so they clawed it back and fired those people. They didn't say that in that video, though, because they're all into misleading their viewers and stuff. Steve S., I want to see Schiff, Pelosi, Nadler, Biden, Harris, Hunter, all in prison. The Clintons, the Obamas, the Bushes, the Cheneys. Yeah, I'm saying it's a long list. It is a long list. Heavy Mag, FEMA got the money from USAID. They could have, but they got the money from rebudgeting. When they did the government budget thing, when they come out and they threaten us to shut down the government, and we laugh. We're like, go ahead and shut down the government. You're not hurting our feelings. When they figured out the budget, a lot of that, it filled empty gaps. But one of the things that it did is it gave FEMA more money. Because FEMA was saying, oh, we can't help the people in North Carolina because we blew all our money on illegals. Well, then they rebudgeted. So they gave FEMA more emergency resources of sorts. And instead of using it to go help the people in North Carolina or even go help the people from the Palisades fire in California, instead they sent $95 million to the illegals who were being housed in the hotels in New York City. President Trump found out about that. Kristi Noem found out about that. There's some other person involved too that I can't think of right off the top of my head. They clawed the money back and they fired the person who was the head of finances for FEMA because they were not supposed to authorize that money, and they did. Yep, those people are assholes. What the hell is this? Who posted this? Russell, that's badass. Out of all these variations, hold on, let me grab the picture here. Jesus loves this. Bam. I've seen a lot of variations of President Trump after getting shot in the ear, but this is the funniest. It's got the Superman logo on his chest. Badass. Anyways, we're good. Move forward here. This next one, I believe, is Stacey Abrams. It's titled EPA Discovers Biden Admin Was Awarded $2 billion to Climate Group Linked to a Loyal Supporter. A lot of money talk today. Hold on a second, lady. All right, hooligans, hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
Welcome back. More fraud and abuse exposed as the Environmental Protection Agency reveals President Biden awarded $2 billion buried in the so-called Inflation Reduction Act to a climate group tied to one of his most loyal supporters and friends, former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. The EPA now trying to claw that money back, which is part of a larger $20 billion held at an outside financial institution. The money distributed as part of the $739 billion Inflation Reduction Act that was passed by congressional Democrats and signed into law by President Biden in 2022. Joining me now is the EPA Administrator, Lee Zeldin. EPA Administrator Zeldin, great to have you this morning. Thank you for being here. I want to get your take on what you've been doing this weekend. So let me get to the Stacey Abrams money in a moment. Tell us what you've been able to do just in the last 2 days.
Working with DOGE, we just cut another 21 grants heading towards DEI and environmental justice, saving the American taxpayers another $67 million. This is in our first round of cuts to find these efficiencies. So this partnership with DOGE has been outstanding. We want the EPA to be operating as efficiently as possible and exceptionally accomplishing our mission. We're on track.
Well, let's talk about this outrageous finding that you have had in terms of $2 billion stashed away in the Inflation Reduction Act and sent to Stacey Abrams' linked climate group. Tell me about it.
Maria, this group in 2023 only received $100. This isn't even like it's a longtime group that has some reputation of handling large budgets. They received $2 billion in 2024. On page 1 of the grant agreement, it tells them that they have 21 days to distribute all $2 billion. And on page 7 of the grant agreement, it is giving them 90 days to complete a training called How to Develop a Budget. I would say that any entity that needs training on how to develop a budget shouldn't be actually distributing money before they take that training, and they certainly shouldn't be receiving $2 billion to be distributing that rapidly. What we've seen is a lot of self-dealing, a lot of conflicts of interest, and instead of spending tens of billions of dollars wisely and maintaining accountability and having oversight, instead they were rushing to just, as they said in a December video that was leaked by a Biden EPA political appointee, they were throwing gold bars off the Titanic. We found the gold bars and we want them back.
Unbelievable. The money is being held at what? Citigroup? Why can't you get your hands on that money and claw it back?
This is something that the Justice Department's been working with Citibank on. There's a financial agent agreement with Treasury, an account control agreement with EPA and the primary recipients in the bank. But this is something that the Justice Department has been asking a lot of questions of us. I appreciate their diligence on behalf of the American taxpayer and working with our agency to ensure that we can reestablish that accountability and oversight over these funds. Had a great conversation last night with the president on the topic, again with Russ Vought, our new head of the Office of Management and Budget. Multiple agencies working to ensure that this funding is not wasted. We're going to go through a process, and fortunately Citibank is cooperating with the Justice Department.
So was there criminality here?
That's a question for the Justice Department to answer. I would say that it's a clear-cut case of waste and abuse. The entire scheme, in my opinion, is criminal. I'll give you one other example. There are only 8 primary recipients that received all $20 billion. I told you we're just discussing the Stacey Abrams link one that got $2 billion. The director of the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund gave $5 billion to his former employer. So he leaves one of these funds, becomes the director of the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, and then gives $5 billion to his former employer. I wish I could tell you that this was the end of it. We're talking about pass-throughs, giving to other entities. Many respects, those are pass-throughs. And the EPA, in writing, tying our hands behind our back to ensure that we would have as little oversight as possible.
Wow. And you've got tons of rules and regulations that were put into effect under the Biden administration as it hid all of its regulations behind the whole cloud of environmental issues, right? I mean, at the EPA, how much cutting are you doing in terms of rules and regulations throughout government, by the way, not just the EPA?
President Trump campaigned on this. The American public spoke loudly and clearly, and the Supreme Court has weighed in too with the Loper Bright case. They don't want, and agencies should not, be coming up with their own interpretations of what law is. We should be following our obligations under the law. We should be respecting the rule of law. We should be advancing cooperative federalism. It's time to go back to the basics to ensure we are delivering clean air, land, and water, but we are also unleashing energy dominance in this country, and we are powering the great American comeback. That's the priority at the EPA under President Trump.
All right, Lee Zeldin, we're watching your work. EPA Administrator, thanks very much for being here.
Stacey Abrams, 2 billion doll hairs. For what? For what? I'm going to pull her up, because if you don't know what she looks like, you should. So look at this wild buffalo, right? Why does she deserve 2 billion doll hairs to go fight pollution? Because that's what it's supposed to be, right? The whole green energy crap. For all that damn environmental talk that we hear all those people crying about, they never talk about pollution. I remember when I was a child in school, that was the number one bad guy when it came to the environment. It was fuck pollution, right? And you had to do things to make sure you weren't polluting the planet. You never hear about that. You just hear, oh my God, the environment. Oh, the climate change. Yeah, what about it? Well, the Republicans did it. Well, Trump caused it. Trump caused that climate change. Oh, it wasn't the pollution? Nah, it was fucking Orange Man. Oh, okay. That's all I've heard for years. I haven't heard any of those people talk about pollution at all. How does 2 billion doll hairs stop pollution? Especially when you're built like that woman is. Is it a woman? That's the next question coming up next. But either way. Next up, good riddance. Sky News host slams Joy Reid as MSNBC cancels her show. Joy Reid sucks. Anyways, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about Stacey Abrams, or however you say her name, collecting 2 billion doll hairs out of the 20 billion that was awarded to their little group there that does nothing. As far as I know, they don't do anything. Maybe they cry. They probably pay protesters to go out and cry and stuff. Probably not the whole 2 billion, though. Went to cheeseburgers. Anyways, reading through the chat. You Hill, ain't that the bitch during the 2020 riots that was telling people to riot harder? I wouldn't be surprised. Everybody on Capitol Hill was gassing those protesters up. The other thing that I don't really like about the whole deal is how they didn't talk about doing anything about it. They want to pull the money, but the Citibank won't let them. And this is the second story we've covered today that brought up Citibank. They seem to be a common denominator in all of this money stuff going on. They tried to pull the money back. They tried to claw it back. They're not able to. This is red tape in the way. So what are you going to do to Stacey Abrams? Nothing. You're just going to let her wander off with the $2 billion hairs? Oh, okay. And it sucks. It sucks that it's constantly that way. You know, FEMA sent that $95 million hairs to New York to go to border crossers living in hotels when there's no border crossers anymore. They got the money back. The federal government did. Now New York is suing them for that money that they didn't even deserve. And now we got Stacey Abrams, right? Their group got $20 billion. She got $2 billion directly herself. Can't even claw that money back. So I guess they just get to walk away free. It's crazy because if any of us commit a crime, it doesn't matter if a day goes by or 6 years go by. As soon as they figure out you committed the crime, you go to jail. Even if they just think that you committed a crime. They didn't even confirm that you committed a crime yet. You're still going to jail. Just the suspicion of a crime sends you to jail. These people are wasting tax doll hairs, living it up, living on a beach, buying a new Mercedes, getting their nails and hair did. Like, great. That's great. And, you know, they talk about it on the news. Well, that's great that you guys called it out. You gonna do anything about that? You just gonna let it be that way? Oh, okay. It's just the way it is. It pisses me off because I voted Trump in so we'd have some accountability, and I'm glad they're at least talking about the bad shit on the news, but fucking do something. Do something about it. Either way, reading through, and like I said, Joy Reid getting canceled is coming up next. Literally 99% of the people I meet now, in New York are tarded. Yeah. I don't even think it's in New York. It's like everywhere I go. It's just dumb people. It makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. If I got signal, I'd go live when I'm at Walmart, and it's literally every turn. There's a fucking idiot standing there or an idiot with a whole bunch of family members standing there, but they're all brain dead. I can't handle it at all. Kevin, she looks like she takes diesel. I'm just saying. Holy. Sage Pup, like all that money went to BLM. Such a scam. Yeah. And what happened to all of that? They were getting in trouble for money laundering and stuff, and that just quietly went away. Meadowmouth, New York City is a cesspool of corruption and incompetence. Yeah, but we're starting to see why. Because Mayor Eric Adams, he's singing a new tune ever since President Trump got a hold of him. And what you see, they're isolating Eric Adams. All his little buddies and shit that were around him, they are isolating themselves from him because they think he's compromised. They're literally saying it on the news. He is compromised because President Trump started whispering little somethings in his ear. And so now they don't want to hang out with him. And you see the way they're treating him. They're talking about pulling him from being mayor. Now, they walked away from that a little bit. They did say they don't think they're going to pull him down anymore. But they were threatening to pull him down because he wanted to comply with the federal law. Oh, okay. So it's like you really don't have to wonder that hard why New York's a shithole. They want it to be a shithole. Those leaders over there want it to be that way. Because as soon as Adams was like, hey, I think we need to make some changes around here, they turned their backs on him. And they want New York to be a shithole. And those people who live in New York, they should pay attention to this shit and vote these corrupt assholes out. You hell, I got to get the password for Walmart. You guys don't want to see me in Walmart. I act like an asshole in there. Everyone's stupid. I tell them to their face how stupid they are. I make those people cry. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of patience. Rip Curl makes me sick. Just a fraction of that money would save my life and many others. It's just so wrong. Absolutely, Rip Curl, and we're the ones paying for it. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. Metal Mouse, she deserves a cell. She does. Like, what is she gonna do with $2 billion? I couldn't even imagine getting $1 billion. What's up, Resident Alien? Happy freedom to you. Resident Alien. I've been telling people for years that these crazy eco freaks are just using scare tactics for money. They're not actually doing anything to help the ecosystem, more the environment. Yeah, exactly, Resident Alien. They're a bunch of grifters. That's why they never talk about pollution, right? All this screaming and hollering about global warming and climate change is like, what are you guys doing about it? Oh, we're hitting the streets and raising awareness. Oh, that's fucking great. Except you guys never talk about pollution. I can't remember the last time I heard somebody say, hey, don't throw your gum wrapper on the ground. You're going to kill the planet. Where's those people at? It's like the women with the hoo-ha hats, the feminists or whatever. Where the fuck they been at? You got dudes beating their asses in their own sports. Where are those people at? It's just, I don't know. It's the lead in the water. Like, I don't know what it is. They start cutting their dicks off. Nobody stood up for that. We live in a clown world. DCat, you're brutal. Just throw him in the lake. Yeah. Especially right now. Holy. Kevin, I'll take $1 billion if they're just giving it away. I mean, you just got to come up with a really good scheme about how you care a lot about trees and shit. And apparently they just throw $20 billion at you and call it a day. Here, juicer, $20 dono for the Walmart stream, $40 if you're drunk. You don't want these problems here, juicer. They couldn't handle me drunk. I'd be getting carried out of there by 4 or 5 cops. No, they're stupid. I'll try and record next time I go in there. Actually, you know what? Since we're on the topic, me and WMM went in there on Saturday, and this extra hefty bitch came by on one of those electric scooter things where if she actually walked through Walmart, she'd lose some weight and be able to walk, but instead we're going to ride the motorized scooter thing. We're around the corner near the pharmacy because I'm getting vitamins and shit because despite what you may believe, I care about my health. And I'm picking up stuff, and he's trying to look into it, right? So I'm telling him, like, yeah, read the magnesium along the bottom. Find one like I got, grab that. He's over here checking out the aisle, right? This fat bitch comes hovering around the corner, slams on her brakes, and just... and I got my back facing her. I look at him. I'm like, what the fuck is behind me? And he looks over, and he's like, are we in your way? She's like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? And I turned around like that, and he grabbed me. He's like, we're on our way. Don't you worry. And I'm like, no, fuck that bitch. And he's carrying me out the aisle. He's like, no, let's go, Jeff, because I'm an asshole. I don't have time for that shit. I'm not in your way. I pay as much in taxes as you do, you fat bitch. Tell me I'm in your way. You deserve an uppercut. You deserve 2 for that nice personality. Anyways, like I said, I'll try and get it recorded next time I go up into Walmart. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Here, just when I drop the video, I want that $20. Mm-hmm. What is this, Sam? But without government, who would sacrifice us to change the weather? That's a good one, Sam. Let me put that on the screen there. There you go. There you go. But without government, who would sacrifice us for the weather? That's right. That's all right. You Hill, we want those problems. Yeah, I know. Shroomish, I don't put up with disrespect at all. I don't either. Kevin, I have a girlfriend. The only person who could touch my bum is her. I'm with you, Kevin. I'm with you. I got the same rules. I got ladies be grabbing my ass all the time. It's annoying. Dang, Kevin, you got the badunkadunk? You carry that dump truck around? I didn't realize. I don't have women trying to touch me at all. I look like I hit women, so they just stay the hell away from me, which is fine. I don't hit women, but as long as they leave me the hell alone, it's fine. It's just dumb people I can't stand. Sage Pup, I have to grab my own, but to feel loved lately, I do the same thing, Sage Pup. I get called out. They're like, did you smack your own ass? I'm like, yeah, everybody needs to pick me up every now and then. Give it a try. You'll never stop. Mm-hmm. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom. Bootylicious. Leave it to Lisa. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rhyme Time? Happy freedom to you. Agent 48, of course news is gonna news. Yeah, they are. That's why their ratings suck. What's up, Sanjay? Is it Sanjay? That's probably Sanjay. Happy freedom to you. The links are all in the description. Kabuki, the green news scam. That's right. President Trump's been calling it out, but you know how the news is. There we go. Drop the link in the chat. Dog and nuts. It's Walmeezy. Mm-hmm. Cinderella, come on, no Ozempic commercials. These hackers send me nonstop emails about home delivery of Ozempic. I don't know if they're trying to offend me or get me to click their malicious links. I'm not sure. What's up, Not of This World? Happy freedom to you. Not of This World TV show when we were kids, Captain Planet. Yeah, that was the last time I heard about pollution, was Captain Planet. Now we got Captain Fat Ass taking $2 billion from us just to do nothing. I bet she throws gum wrappers on the ground and smiles. What's up, Daryl? Happy freedom to you. Heaven Mag, maybe you should send Doge that video clip. Let them see it. Of what? Walmart? I don't think they can do anything about Walmart. They might laugh, though. That's true. We need to defund Walmart. Uhill Damos lost her lawsuit against Lyft. That's hilarious. Dang. I will try to find that video for tomorrow. Your Jews are fucking sold. Go to Walmart. Let's see what on Sunday. On Sunday I'll be back at Walmart. We'll see. Maybe we'll run a series every week. It's gonna be awesome. Look forward to it. All right, hooligans. We're gonna move on to this next one. Like I said, this is titled "Good Riddance." Sky News host slams Joy Reid as MSNBC cancels her show. It's coming up next, but first I want to remind you hooligans really quick that my birthday is coming up. So if you hooligans would like to send me something for my birthday, we will be doing a birthday unboxing on March 11th. So you are welcome to use the wish list link or the P.O. Box link if you would like to send me something for my birthday and be a part of the birthday unboxing. With that being said, I am going to drop these links in the chat, and anything I receive between now and March 11th, I'm going to store here right next to my desk. And on March 11th, on my birthday, we are going to have the official birthday unboxing. So definitely go ahead and take advantage of these links really quick. Heaven Mag, the $2 billion clip. I'm pretty sure Elon knows about it. I'll grab the link. Let me see. I'll download the video and I'll post it on X and I'll tag Elon, and then you hooligans are welcome to repost it and see if we can get Elon's attention. Like I said, we're going to get into this next video really quick here. Once again, this is titled "Good Riddance." Sky News host slams Joy Reid as MSNBC cancels her show. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
MSNBC has cancelled Joy Reid's show, The Readout, as part of a major shake-up at the network, and I wonder why they would make that call. It's surprising when you look at her spot-on analysis of US politics. I mean, here she is calling Donald Trump's team a party of racists and Nazis.
Where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa before Mandela and the black majority took control, or Vladimir Putin's Russia, Viktor Orban's Hungary, or Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela today, that suppresses the rights of women and minorities, uses the military to execute the whims of a strongman dictator, and controls and suppresses the press, education, the arts, rewrites history to suit a favored and dominant racial class.
That disgusting rhetoric was on repeat. But here's her take on Kamala Harris's election campaign, because according to Joy Reid, it was flawless.
I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed. She had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Taylor Swift, she had the Swifties, she had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign in that short period of time. And I think that's still true.
The Swifties, that really moved the needle. But apparently to Joy Reid, inflation isn't something that impacts every single American. No, in fact, it's just a word that Republicans have sort of made up.
The people I ever hear use the word inflation are journalists and economists, right? So that is not part of the normal lexicon of the way people talk. So it's interesting that Republicans are doing something they don't normally do, right? Which is not use the common tongue, right? Not use just common English to sort of do on their campaigns like they're doing with crime. But what they've done is they've taught people the word inflation, right? Yeah. Most people who would have never used that word ever in their lives are using it now because they've been taught it.
Good riddance to Joy Reid and her dangerous and pathetic coverage that serves absolutely no one. As Marjorie Taylor Greene put it, it turns out that racism, lies and Trump derangement syndrome is not going to cut through in 2025. But some...
Joyless Reid. I didn't even know she had her own solo show. And I keep forgetting what it's called. I mean, it's canceled now, but let me see if I can figure out what it's called. It's called Read Something. It's like nobody The Readout. That's what it's called. The Readout. I've never heard of that. Did they cancel it before it ever went on the air? I don't know. Awful woman. She is an awful woman. I don't have anything nice to say about her. I'm trying not to say anything. I've been going off all damn day. I told you guys earlier I was having a bad day. Next up, we got Trump hilariously threatens Maine Governor as bizarre footage emerges of her dancing at a drag show. So this is kind of a follow-up. We did cover President Trump flame broiling her in the middle of the governor dinner speech thing that he was giving, where he brought up the fact that Maine has not been complying with no dudes in women's sports. And she had some smart remarks to say. President Trump fed them back to her. Now we got footage of her dancing at a drag show. I don't think she's dancing. I think it's ceremonial dance or something like that. It looks like some devil worshiping going on. But the Office of Civil Rights is investigating Maine's Department of Education for violations of Title IX. So President Trump is sicking the government on her because she thought she was all slick with all that talking back. Now she's going to learn some respect. That's all right. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Joyless Reid and the fact that her show is being canceled because she's just simply an awful person. Russell, yeah, goodbye and good riddance, Joy Reid. That's right. Thanks, Sam. He's a good dog. Matt, we don't care about your celebrities. Yeah, they had half of Hollywood campaigning for Hyena Harris, and she still lost. What a loser. Here, user, don't give that bad advice out there. What's really funny about the website is where you see like really nasty things being wrote, and then it ends with, Jeff, don't read this out loud. I love that. You hooligans are the best. Russell, there is no joy with Joy Reid. I know, I don't know what God was doing when he made that person, but I think he forgot a few ingredients. Turbo, goodbye to that raggedy ass, slim shady haircut looking mouthpiece. I'm saying, and she's always talking bad about President Trump, but then she wants to style her hair to resemble his. She's got envy problems. Non-woke fired during Black History Month. Damn. That's a tough one. She should go hide in the house for a year. Bill Clay, she got fired on her day off. How you get fired on your day off? Stealing boxes? I don't know. She's got to have some real self-esteem to last through this. What's up, Amarine? Happy freedom to you. Shroomish, she's an election denier. I forgot about that. Yeah, we did cover that. Yep, she thinks Elon rigged the election. Mm-hmm. Tony Rez, she went to the wig store and asked for the Trump. I hope they charged her double. She deserves it. Libby Racer, I'm transitioning. Well, don't do it too hard, buddy. It's not a good look. Puff and stuff, I'll check it out. Thank you for... Did you tag me in it? Go back and try and tag me in it, or like react to it or whatever, and put my name in it so I could check it out after the live. Snook, shut the hell up, loser. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Harley Davidson? Happy freedom to you. You know what's really weird is in the beginning, all the liberals were telling you not to take the vaccine because Trump made the vaccine, so the vaccine wasn't going to work. And then people decided not to take the vaccine, but Fauci said you should take the vaccine. And then people started dying from taking the vaccine. So then we didn't take the vaccine even more. And then they told us we were all going to die because we didn't take the vaccine. And now we're all anti-vaxxers and pieces of shit because we never took the vaccine that they originally didn't want because Trump made it. Been doing this a long time. Let's see, reading through. What's up, Mouth of the South? Happy freedom to you. Mouth of the South, because we all know that half of Hollywood is a bunch of pedos. You're right. You are right. Mouth of the South, she's exactly what's wrong with society. She's going to find out. You can't just walk around and act like an asshole all day. What's up, Time Travel? Happy freedom to you. Mitchell, the trash is out. Mm-hmm. They're going to blame it on racism. You guys already know that, right? Dog and Nuts, blow-up dolls are part of your health plan. Well, thank God for... Oh, yeah. Thank God for Diego. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's check that. Part of the health plan there. Got it. Heaven Mac Joy Reid was making $3 million a year on her show. Don't let the actor's tears get you. Yeah, she's balling out. I don't know why those people deserve so much money. For what? To go up there and lie? Hill, I'll never be able to grow a Fu Manchu like that. Hill said this is me in 40 years. I don't know. I just can't get the facial hair. I'll be bitter though, I know that. I'm already bitter. I'm getting into the old part, so I'll be old and bitter. Like I said, next up, Trump hilariously threatens Maine Governor as bizarre footage emerges of her dancing at a drag show. There's all kinds of funny stuff in this video. I'm starting to think she's a man, and I was kind of feeling that way, but now President Trump is referring to her as him and he. Those are her new pronouns, by the way. It was given to her by President Trump. That's all right. I love it. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Donald Trump did not hold back during his latest spray about transgender athletes, and this time his target was the governor of Maine.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with the state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. and enjoy your life after governor, because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
The brutal exchange comes after bizarre footage was released of the governor performing at a drag show. Online commentators went crazy for the interaction, with this person saying, "Love how Trump stands up to these politicians, always telling it like it is." The governor of Maine got totally owned in this exchange. Trump's not afraid to speak truth to power. That's why we love him. He's a true leader and a champion of free speech. Keep fighting the good fight. This person agreed, saying, "Of all the hills to die on, the governor of Maine has chosen men in women's sports. Trump ain't having it. This was so brutal." And as if Trump's spray wasn't brutal enough, the president doubled down, referring to the governor as he and him in an interview.
President Trump referred to Governor Mills as he or him at least 6 times in that call.
Whatever is going on with him, radical left governor, he's announced the plan already. He wants to resettle 75,000 migrants into Maine. That's only because they told him to do so. He's weak and ineffective. And they told him to do so, and he's saying, "Yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I will do it."
And to let the governor know he was not messing around, Trump ordered an Office for Civil Rights investigation into Title IX violations by the Maine Department of Education. Republican representatives in Maine have come out in support of President Trump, saying Governor Mills is playing a game of chicken with Trump and will lose.
What do you make of this whole back and forth between the president and your governor, Laurel?
You know, Governor Mills is playing a big game of chicken with President Trump, and in the end, she's going to lose. But in the meantime, we have state funding, federal funding that's at risk for our Maine students.
Okay, governor of Maine there looking like a man. That's a man, baby. President Trump, I don't know. He's just smoking her. And they said it real quietly, but like I said, the Office of Civil Rights is investigating Maine's Department of Education for violation of Title IX. So we'll see if she wants to. It's an it at this point. That's a damn shapeshifter. I can't tell if it's a dude or not. It looks like a dude. President Trump says it's a dude. I'm kind of inclined to believe it's a dude. I don't want it to whip its muff out or anything like that. You ain't got to prove shit to me. You could have a hoo-ha, and I still think it's a dude. Either way, let's see where we're at. Next up, Arizona bounty bill would pay local police officers for immigration arrests. I don't know what's wrong with Arizona. I always feel like Arizona's a red state. But then we hear about all the corruption and the bullshit with elections and stuff. We saw the audits, and we saw that the election over there was inaccurate. I also wonder how inaccurate it was this year. But on top of that, they have to give incentive to officers to arrest illegals because I guess they don't want to do it on their own, which is weird because I thought the whole problem was the fact that they didn't have authority to arrest illegals. But in Arizona, they're going to be given like $250 for every illegal that they arrest because I guess doing their job without the $250 is harder. I'm not really sure. But that's coming up next. First, we're going to read through the chat and see what you hooligans think about the guy running Maine. Yes. Hair juicer ultra smooth and tasty. That's quite the reference, buddy. I appreciate the review. I just can't. Holy shit. Having a hard day. Saying respect my authority. I'm saying. President Trump's gonna slap her right out of the sky. Sucking on those fumes. She must be high. You will. That's quite the screenshot you got there. Matt, I will never understand why so many women support this crazy shit. I think some of them think that it's a tool to fight back, right? So those kind of women that support drag shows and stuff like that, not just, people doing their own thing, but drag shows that are reading for children and stuff. These are the same kind of women who believe that all men have toxic masculinity, right? These are the same people that you see, like when a man walks on a train car or he enters the room, that they all become afraid for their lives for no reason. They just think this random man that came like within eyesight is going to rape them and kidnap them and kill them, and they're just defenseless and there's nothing they could do about it. And they would erase all men if they could, right? This is the mindset they carry. So when they have a dude who's dressed up like a woman, they're like, oh, this is a ally. And so now they got a man to fight against all the men out there that are full of toxic masculinity. That's why they support this shit, because they think it's an ally. They think it's a man on their side, especially if they cut their own wiener off. It's like they're being wienerless in solidarity of womanhood. That's what they're all thinking. They're a bunch of fucking idiots, and they don't like. But these are also the same women like Megan Fox, right? Everybody thinks she's so hot till she started dressing her kids up all cross-dressing and shit, right? All of her kids are shapeshifters. That just accidentally happened. Like, no wonder your boyfriend's wearing pink. You know, I'm just saying. It's the same. It's that same mindset. It's, oh, the toxic man. They're so toxic. They just want to wipe us off the planet, but they're not big and strong enough to do so. And so it just is what it is. But yeah, that's the mindset. It's all over TikTok. It is all over TikTok. All the women on TikTok hate men. They wish they would all die. It's stupid. It is so stupid. Sam, Trump said, no funding for you. Yeah, Maine, they're going to have a hard time. U-Hill performing, that's a seizure, dude. Yeah, like I said, it looks ceremonial to me. I think they were praying to Satan. That's what it was. It wasn't the regular kind of dance you were expecting. Too old to care mindset, brain dead. Yeah, I was just being nice, but yeah, they're brain dead. Basically, bunch of vegetables walking around. Metalmouth, Washington State is so liberal that they'll take anyone regardless of their background. It sucks because people like that don't never learn. Something bad happens to them because of their decisions. They don't have accountability. So how are they going to learn? They'll never say, my decisions led to this outcome. And without that, nothing's ever their fault. And that's the problem with them. That's why you got to lock them up in a room by themselves. They're like, my chest hurts. And like, yeah, stop beating it so hard. Like, I don't know. Ghostly, Maine, the state so far north is basically Canada. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Maine. I never hear about Maine, and then this happened. And it's like, this is my whole impression of Maine, is their governor that looks like a man. So, I don't know. It's kind of like Portland. The only time I've seen Portland is when there was 1,000 Antifa trying to burn down the Justice Center. That's my only impression of Portland. If it wasn't for you hooligans, I would have never known that it was actually a nice place at some point. Because I always see it as just a burning shithole full of homeless drug addicts. But I've been told lots of times that Portland used to be a nice place. I've yet to hear that about Maine yet, though. We'll see. Sage Pop, that's Maine's governor? No wonder the state is such a mess. Yeah, they ain't doing good. They're about to have even more problems when they lose their federal funding. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. Definitely a dude. It looks like a dude. What's up, Resistance? Happy freedom. Screaming Eagle, Trump is brutal. I know, I love it. That's exactly what I voted for. Cosley, why can't they ever dance? It's ceremonial. They're praying to their God. Not capital G God. They're praying to a different God. Non-woke, she's from Far Harbor. Yeah. U-Hill, Maine is worse than New York, if you can imagine that. Why doesn't it make the news? Does people just not care about Maine? What's up, Rich? Happy freedom. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cosmic Squirrel? Vinny C, Trump almost won Maine. See, I need to pay more attention to Maine. I don't know anything about it. Steve asks, Maine is where Bush Sr. went after leaving office, so I knew it was a shithole. Yeah, I guess there were some indicators there. Cosmic Squirrel, a man pretending to be a woman is toxic. Right. You are absolutely right. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom to you. What's up, my second? Happy freedom to you. Skulls, it's your mama's birthday today? I need a confirmation. What's up, Ski? Happy freedom to you. Miss Jenna X, Trump is not playing games. I know. He hurts their little feelings every day of the week. Dog and nuts. All they had to do is make domestic violence a sport. I don't even know what you're replying to, but the Democrats would be good at it. I can tell you that. Hell yeah, they have no self-control at all. That is hilarious. Domestic violence as a sport. It shouldn't be funny, but the shit we watch on here makes it funny. Heaven Mag. That's what, 3 governors that want to lose their job, but getting fired by the president would be kind of cool. I mean, I guess not everyone can say that they were personally fired by the president. I need to rip off that soundbite of President Trump saying, "You're fired." I need to get that since we have so many videos we cover over the last week or two about people getting cut and all of that stuff. Let me see here. Trying to figure out if it's... I think it's Skull's mama's birthday. I need confirmation first. Either way, while waiting for confirmation, we'll go ahead and move forward. Like I said, this next video is titled Arizona Bounty Bill. It would pay local police for arresting border crossers. Now, again, they're using that word immigration and all that, but they're border crossers. Now, I don't know why Arizona can't get their officers to do their job for the wages they already make. I don't really understand that. Lots of corruption in Arizona, sadly. Either way, this is coming up next. But first, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that if you would like to get some cool custom items from the Only Hooligan shop, we currently have Christmas ornaments in prints right now. But Elon, my version of Elon, Alistair over here, he is constantly working on new things to put in the store. Everything in the store is made by him. And that way there's no middleman, so the prices can be reasonable and everything you get is a custom hooligan-made item. Right, like I said, we have Christmas ornaments right now. We also have prints. We might have some chip clips pretty soon. Alistair's pretty busy. He's got some endeavors he's working on right now, but I just checked in with him a couple days ago, and he's doing good. So definitely go check out the Only Hooligan shop. Like I said, anything you get from the shop contributes to me, Alistair, and keeping the live running. So definitely go check out the Only Hooligan shop. Yeah, Hair Juicer, I got to get that soundbite. I did see the eFucked site, and Hair Juicer, you shouldn't watch that stuff. That stuff is a little hardcore. And people pooping and stuff. Anyway, so like I said, we're getting into this next one here where in Arizona, they got to give cops extra money to do their job. It sounds like it'd be a good job to be a cop over in Arizona. You get double pay for nothing. Once again, this is titled Arizona Bounty Bill would pay local police for immigration arrests. Hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
Lawmakers pushing legislation to further the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. The bounty bill would incentivize local law enforcement to assist ICE in its arrest, giving agencies $2,500 in grants for every undocumented immigrant who's arrested and deported. Joining me now, I have Arizona Republican State Senator Jake Hoffman, sponsor of Senate Bill 1111. Senator, thanks for joining me this morning. Appreciate it.
Marky, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You know, my first thought when I was reading about this bill is Arizona has been so prominently in the spotlight during the border crisis. I mean, you don't really think of it as a state where you have to incentivize local law enforcement to help with the crackdown. I mean, Trump won Arizona. How necessary is a bill like this?
Well, the reality is that at its fundamental core, this bill is about partnering with the Trump administration to protect the people of Arizona, some of which is by clawing back economic activity, hundreds of millions of dollars every year that's being sent by illegal aliens and criminal illegal enterprises out of this state. The reality is there is a cost to enforcing immigration law and partnering with the federal government. And so this bill helps to lessen that burden on our local law enforcement, our county sheriffs and our local police departments, while keeping our streets safe.
Mm-hmm. So $2,500 per migrant times however many thousands of migrants could be residing in your state. Who's paying for this? And what do you think that cost might look like?
Well, listen, as I mentioned, hundreds of millions of dollars a year are sent from the Arizona economy and the U.S. economy to foreign nations by illegal immigrants. These are illegal immigrants and criminal illegal enterprises that are sending money back out of this country. Just last year, $1.9 billion was sent from Arizona just to Mexico, just one nation. That's our largest nation that's a recipient of these dollars. So what we do is we impose the illegal alien remittance fee. It's a tax on foreign wire transfers. We hold U.S. citizens and those with lawful presence harmless under the bill, so they get 100% of what they may get charged throughout the year back when they file their income taxes. But look, we think that some of that economic activity should be clawed back and used to help fund local law enforcement for protecting our streets, protecting our neighborhoods, and deporting criminal illegal aliens.
I know your bill is getting some pushback from Democrats, of course, some claiming this will just encourage racial profiling, others saying it could target hardworking immigrants that are paying taxes in this country. What's your response to that, Senator?
Well, I think it's silly because, look, Democrats and honestly losers like Ruben Gallego and Mark Kelly have, for the last 4 years, allowed tens of millions, well over 10 million illegal aliens into this country. That is an impact that is causing loss of life, that is causing crime, that is causing drugs, sex trafficking, very terrible things in our economy and in our country. And so, look, I think if Democrats were serious about protecting the people that they represent, they would be on board with helping local law enforcement fund removing those criminal illegal aliens. But quite frankly, they don't, as we've seen over the last 4 years, they don't prioritize the public safety of Americans. They're more focused on importing their future Democrat voters.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com.
I don't know. I still don't get it. I tried to pay attention to the video and I still couldn't get it. Why? Why do you have to pay police officers extra dollars to capture illegals? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Missouri and these other states, they're trying to give U.S. citizens bounty money for calling in on illegals, and every illegal or every call that leads to an arrest, you get some doll hairs. It was like $1,000 or something like that. You got to pay the cops an extra $250 to do their job. What the fuck do the cops do besides doing their job where you got to give them that extra incentive? That doesn't make sense. I know people who would just go catch border crossers for the fun of it. You ain't got to give them $250. That doesn't make any sense to me. There's shit wrong in Arizona. Anyways, next up we got Kash Patel's takeover at the ATF puts agency's future in doubt. Now, I really thought we'd have the Epstein client list by now. I mean, it's 6 o'clock on Monday. Come on, Kash. Come on, Kash. That's okay. They're going after the ATF, and that sounds good to me. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about officers collecting bounty money so they can do their job. Cassie J, is this proposal going to cause or create bounty hunters? They most likely already have a bounty hunter program. Most places do. They don't advertise it, and I'm not sure why. I think that they don't want a whole lot of people signing up for this, but you go to, I think, the magistrate's office in your local courthouse and ask them about their bounty hunter program. There's one in Ludington, which I was surprised to hear because they let pedophiles and shit run wild in Ludington. They have like the most concentrate area of pedophiles in this side of Michigan. They love pedophiles over there, and I don't know why, but they do. But my buddy asked about doing bounty hunting stuff there before he became a sheriff, and he was getting all signed up for it, but they weren't willing to pay him enough. As much as he would have to spend to drive around the state to be able to find these assholes and stuff, and then combat with them because they're violent offenders. And these are just Americans. These aren't illegals that I'm talking about. He just decided it wasn't worth it. So, like, I don't really know what it is, but as far as I know, you just go to your local courthouse, go to the magistrate's office, ask them about their bounty hunter program. They'll tell you what it takes to qualify and who's all on the list and all of that stuff. They do have a lot of stipulations that you have to qualify for, but as far as I know, most places already have bounty hunter programs. They just don't talk about it. And I don't know why that is, but it is. You the bounty hunter. Could be a thing. Sam, I've known bounty hunters before. They're usually current or former law enforcement. Yeah. Well, and I think that's a part of it. You can't just catch a bad guy and get bounty money for it. You got to like qualify for the bounty hunter program. I think private investigators, they also qualify for it. And you have to qualify to be a private investigator. Usually they work really closely with the courthouse. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Sam, Arizona's run by the cartels? It sounds like it. Jay Spray, happy freedom to you. They know that they have some cartel members on the payroll. See, that stuff makes sense. Oh, I forgot to mention this earlier. Zero found out that the Roosevelt Hotel is owned by Pakistan. That hotel that we covered earlier that's being closed in New York because the border crossers aren't funding it anymore. Of course, using tax dollars. Not only are they closing it down, but it's owned by Pakistan. Of course, I can't find the article she posted, but that was a thing that I was going to tell you guys. So just keep that in mind when we cover more follow-up videos with this Roosevelt Hotel, because I'm sure it's not all over yet. But yeah, owned by Pakistan. Turbo, I'm in a different kind of program. I'm a licensed booty hunter. That's right, Turbo. Good luck to thee on your hunt today. Sage Pub, let's start a hooligan bounty hunting society. I can't talk about that on the live. That's what got Oreo banned over on YouTube and all that stuff. I don't know what it would take. We'd have to be some form of law enforcement to do that. What's up, Twisted? Happy freedom to you. From what I read on X, Cash is sending the Epstein stuff and 911, JFK, etc. to another congressional committee to review again. Interesting. We're going to end up with a bunch of redacted crap. That's what's going to happen. Kevin, I'm pretty sure the Roosevelt Hotel is haunted. Well, yeah, I had a bunch of border crossers all pissing and shitting and prostituting and using drugs inside of it. If it wasn't haunted, it is now. Stoner. It's funny, I see people swimming in Lake Michigan down the road from sewage treatment plant all the time. Yeah. I don't swim in the lake. I used to when I was a kid, but now I've seen too many scary movies. What's up, Sind? Happy freedom to you. Sind, your birthday was on the 22nd? That was Free Speech Saturday. Were you not here for us, Sind? Happy birthday to you, Sind. I hope your birthday was badass, and I hope you had a fantastic day. I feel bad. I wanted to shout you out on your birthday. I didn't know. I wonder if I missed it in the chat. Shroomish, Michigan's got the steepest beach in the world called Sleeping Bear Dunes. Yeah, I've heard of Sleeping Bear. I'm not sure how far away that is from me, but I've heard of it. What's up, System? Happy freedom to you. Stoner, find a base sheriff to deputize us. Oh man, we'd be on our way. Sin? Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I hope you had a good birthday. Snugs, Roosevelt is owned by Pakistan International Airways. Yeah, I think that's what Zero had posted in the chat, but I couldn't find it when I scrolled back. Here, Juicer, whatever. We're going floating in the river with hundreds of miles of farmland upriver. Yeah, it'd be all right here, Juicer. We float down the rivers here, especially in the Muskegon River. And that's just probably not that damn clean, but, you know, when you got a whole case of beer floating next to you, you really don't care. The only time people get in the water is to pee anyway, so it's whatever. Torp, happy freedom to you. Mac the Booty Hunter. Mm-hmm. Yes. What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. Tory weighing $2,500 each. That's a lot of money. They didn't say that, did they? I thought they said $250 each, not $2,500. There ain't no way they're worth all that. Hold on a second. Holy shit, it is $2,500. No, don't pass that bill. No, they don't need no $2,500 to hunt border crossers. Torp, you live near Muskegon? Yeah, so you know the Muskegon River is not that clean, but people go all year to float down the river. That's a big thing around here. Steve asked, the article today was saying that Katie Hobbs in Arizona was owned by the cartels. Yeah, they need a redo over in Arizona. Vinny C. Diddy's lawyer quit right after cash got confirmed. Something big is coming. Can't wait. Yeah, Ski. That's what we need is accountability. That's what we need. And in every position, from what's going on in the government to what's going down in your local grocery store. People do not have accountability. And it makes them act like assholes. It makes them deceptive and disingenuous and all the bad words. They have no integrity. Humans around here are not walking with integrity because there's no consequence for their actions. And anytime they fuck their life up, whether they do it or they let someone else do it, they never hold themselves accountable. They just go ahead and point their finger and blame somebody else. Oh, I'm having a bad day, it's your fault. Oh, my life sucks, it's your fault. And that's all they do. And they continue to tear their own lives down until they're miserable and setting themselves out on fire outside in D.C. And that's just the way it goes. It's all about accountability. If people didn't hold themselves accountable, there'd be no accountability here these days. And you could tell who has integrity and who don't because they're the ones that are hardest on themselves, while everyone else is blaming the world for victimizing them. And it's just the way it is. We need accountability bad. Oh, that's awesome, Skulls. Happy birthday to Mama Skulls. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for being a part of the live. What's up, Itchy Brain? Happy freedom. Cartel Katie. That's what she needs to be called. We need that trending on X. Stat. Heaven Mag. Cash has already started. Come on, thing. He's arrested 3 people from the Pentagon. Weird. I haven't heard anything about that. Heaven Mag, 10K each border crosser would be worth it trying to pay for the surgery. And wait, what? I don't know what you mean by that. BlackRock has a lot to do with food prices. They own it all. Yeah, BlackRock is in everything. Plus, they get to be right out in the open. I have an app for like stock and stuff, and they sent me an email, and they were like, BlackRock's going to have a meeting this Saturday, and you should attend. Blah, 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 blah. Why? Why would I want to? I don't have any money with those people. Twisted. I just want to see anyone get arrested. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I didn't realize that Cash Patel has had 3 people arrested already. I didn't see any of that in the news. Shroomish Empire, Michigan. I've never even heard of that. That must be over by Detroit. You look at the cracking me up over here on the website. I can't read anything you guys are talking about because it looks incriminating. Guys are so funny. Tore BlackRock's a monopoly. They should hit BlackRock with RICO charges. That's what they should do. They should, Soros too. They should hit them with RICO charges. I'll check it, Heavy Mag. Thank you for letting me know. I'll check it after the live. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Let me see where we are here. Oh, yes. Kash Patel's takeover of ATF puts agency's future in doubt. All right, hooligans, hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
Future of the ATF is also in limbo as the Trump administration looks to tap Kash Patel as its chief. A Justice Department official telling the Associated Press that Patel could be sworn in this week to lead up the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. That move raising concern that the Bureau will be next on the DOJ chopping block. News Nation's Elizabeth Pran with the latest for us this morning. So, Elizabeth, why is there talk that the ATF could be dismantled here?
Well, Marquis for years has been controversial, right? Critics say that it unfairly targets lawful gun owners, that it infringes on Second Amendment rights. And look at some lawmakers. So let's say you're watching from Colorado. Your representative is Lauren Boebert. She has been just one lawmaker who wants to abolish ATF entirely. And now you bring in the selection of Kash Patel. He's newly confirmed, right? He was narrowly confirmed, by the way, of the FBI. And he could be, as early as this week, taking the helm over at ATF. So is the dual role unique? Absolutely, to say the least. It just shows that the administration is certainly tightening its belt of control. Yes, both agencies fall under the DOJ, but that brings me to my next point is Attorney General Pam Bondi in fact, just fired the general counsel, ATF general counsel, just days ago. And she has said that the agency does target lawful gun owners. And Republicans have slashed funding in the past, even during the Biden administration. So you can really see why those upwards of 5,500 employees are curious what the next couple weeks will bring.
Yeah,
Markey?
For sure. So, Elizabeth, if Patel does take the helm of the ATF, what would happen next?
Well, there's no formal plan. Anyone's guess is as good as mine, and we've seen pretty swift moves with this administration so far. We've seen cuts. We've seen people take different roles and shift to different agencies. This is all something that we can consider. And now that we look at the confirmation of Kash Patel, it's really anyone's guess what could happen over the next couple weeks. There are concerns that perhaps he doesn't have the experience, that perhaps he was narrowly confirmed. And supporters who praise the ATF say, listen, that agency has done a number of things to reduce violent crime. Look at the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. I know it sounds like a lot of words and it sounds confusing, but really it's been a database that has helped local, state, and federal agencies to get all the information in one place. Remember, they're on scene. They look at explosives. They look at trafficking of weapons, at drugs, at arson. So they do encompass quite a bit. And if you think about it, a lot of those employees are in fact gun owners. So for those 5,500 employees, there's really a lot on the line, and they're wondering what could take place over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll see where things head from here. Elizabeth, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com.
Okay, big scary Kash Patel. I can't wait for him to get to work. He's been confirmed and all of that, and I guess he's already arrested 3 people at the Pentagon. But everybody that was getting confirmed for President Trump's cabinet, they were all asked about Kash Patel. So obviously the deep state, they're very worried about what Kash Patel is going to do. He did get confirmed. As much as they cried and delayed and tries to cause problems and spread rumors about him, didn't work. He still got confirmed. So I'm really interested to see how things go. And I didn't realize he was going to be taking over the ATF. So he's really shaking things up. And I bet the deep state is even scared than they originally planned to be. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news. Dan Bongino is named as Deputy FBI Director. Now, I've seen you guys for weeks now talk about Dan Bongino and whether or not he'd be picked for President Trump's cabinet and things like that. And I wasn't so sure because I didn't hear anything about it. And I don't know anything about Dan Bongino. I've just seen him do his live streams and stuff. Never really watched an episode, but I've seen clips and I know he's a badass and all of that. And you hooligans are always telling me about damn Bongino, and that gives me trust. If you guys like him, then maybe I should like him too. That's how I usually roll the dice there. Well, I saw that President Trump had floated the idea on Truth Social. It was either yesterday or the day before, saying that he'd be fit for the job. Now everybody's talking about it. So big shout out to Dan Bongino. Congratulations to you. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what your hooligans think about Kash Patel potentially taking over the ATF. U-Hill ATF's been targeting gun owners. Yeah, and they tried to make them sound like they were Captain America and stuff in that last video, but it's News Nation, so you know how they are. If News Nation likes what's going on, you can almost guarantee that it's a Democrat plan that's going to hurt Americans. What up, Cat Daniels? Yeah, you a good boy. Mm-hmm. Big Cat Daniels. I try, you Hill. I appreciate you. Russell, Cash will be great over at the ATF. I think so. I can't wait for him to get to work. Cleaning house. Kevin, I want to do one here, but I'm scared as to what I'll find just because of the folks and the legends I know from the island. You know, I worry about stupid things. Well, my buddy WMM, who hops in the chat every once in a while, he's kind of a fan of that random Nautica stuff. I don't really know a lot about it, but he's been begging me for like a year to go out there and do the random Nautica thing, which I don't exactly understand how it works, but I know it has something to do with tracking a geolocation to try and find some hidden thing in the marker. But I guess weird stuff happens, and sometimes people target those areas or whatever. They use those areas as bait, so sometimes it's dangerous to do the random Nautica stuff, which is the appeal. I don't know. I don't have a lot of free time, so, and that's what I always tell them, but maybe one day we'll do a random Nautica episode. Twisted, you can send me stuff. You can either send it to my email, or you could join Discord, which is free, or you could join the website, which is $10 a month. You could write me on X if you want to, but there's lots of ways to get a hold of me if you want to send me articles and stuff like that. Lots of hooligans do it. Stoner, it's sad because because Forrest Gump was one of my favorite movies. I feel the same way, Stoner. But yeah, Tom Hanks, he's a piece of shit. Sage Pop, do you remember a few years back many guns were recovered from the cartels that was originally confiscated by the ATF? Not right off the top of my head, Sage Pop. I bet I'd remember if I saw the news article for it, but knowing that the ATF is involved doesn't really surprise me. They seem to be working against us. Twisted, it's kind of stupid to go walking into a serial killer's world with that random Nautica crap, in my opinion. Well, Twisted, I'm not afraid of any human being at all. Not afraid of people at all. My life's been in jeopardy since I fell out of my mom, so I'm not scared of anything. Being dead means I don't have to pay bills anymore, so not really scared of shit. But it would be good entertainment, and maybe you guys would show up. So, like I said, I've been tossing around the idea, but I appreciate your concern, Twisted. No worries. Kevin, if you're ever on the island, I'll take you to where the UFO crashed. It's just the other side of the airport near Belmont. What is it, Provincial Park? Well, that'd be awesome, Kevin. Sam, Klaus meow. Yeah, me and Klaus, we're always talking it up. He gets shy around the camera, though. I just don't understand how he knows that the camera's on. Because, I mean, he be talking a lot. Be like, calm down, buddy. Like, he be talking. Especially when it's time to go to sleep. Hair Juicer, Operation Fast and Furious, the government sold a bunch of guns to the cartels, then ended up being used to kill Americans. I feel like I do remember stuff about that, but I don't remember it as plainly as you guys do. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Claus Daniels. Oh, howling. Torp, we need a WTF, the weed, tobacco, and firearms. I mean, I guess. The ATF, they're not doing their job. We'll go with chess. Happy freedom to you, chess. Yeah, Operation Fast and Furious. I'm gonna have to look into it. I know that I've heard of that before. I just can't remember right up top of my head. What's up, Lenny? Happy freedom. Did anyone hear about President Trump named Matt Gaetz as special investigator to investigate the Bidens? No, I did not hear that. That's pretty interesting. Thank God, because Matt Gaetz kind of fell off. He was, obviously supposed to be whatever he was supposed to be. Now I can't remember what it was. He was Attorney General. He was supposed to be Attorney General. That all fell apart. Then they came out with that report of sorts claiming that he was banging some 17-year-old or whatever. And then he dropped out of politics and came out saying he was going to start a podcast. And I guess that was really disappointing for everyone that was like following along with his life story, trying to figure out what he was going to do next. And his big breaking news was he was going to start a podcast. And people did not think that that was very special. So to hear that he's going to be in charge of investigating Biden, what a promotion. That's badass. That's awesome, Skulls. I hope you guys have a good day. Miss Gen X, Colorado, they're totally infringing on our gun rights, raising taxes, total money grab. Yeah, Miss Gen X. They're doing stuff like that here in Michigan, too, with all this stupid red flag laws and all this other idiotic stuff. They need to undo it. It's unconstitutional. Jay Spray, Hollywood's next big trend will be prison movies. Well, they just need to be in prison. That's really all that needs to happen. Everything needs to be cleaned up. It's been a rough few years here. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the donation. It says, happy freedom. It was hilarious watching all the government employees panicked about having to be accountable for their work. I have to complete a daily sheet every day to show my work. Yeah, Patriot Dad. Thank you for the support. Oh, that reminds me. I got to check something really quick. Really quick. As quick as my phone will let me. Why do I have all these missed calls? What the hell is happening? Well, none of them say 911, so I'm not worried about it. Weird. I was thinking there was going to be something here, but I guess not. Trying to make sure I get all my shout outs together. I want you people to know how much I appreciate you. Nope, not what I thought. That's alright. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into this next video here. Like I said, this next one is Dan Bongino named as Deputy FBI Director.
President Trump.
Now, hold on, lady. I ain't ready yet. Hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
President Trump named conservative commentator Dan Bongino as Deputy FBI Director. And I understand you have some new reporting on potential candidates being vetted for top Justice Department posts. So what are you hearing?
Yeah, so to focus on Dan Bongino for a second as the number 2 at FBI, this is unheard of. This is never really happened before in the more than 100 plus years at the FBI. The deputy director is always somebody from within the ranks of the FBI. This is now a political appointee that Trump announced, who has been known to push conspiracy theories about various different topics, including January 6th. Now, look, over at DOJ, we have new reporting that one of the top aides, liaisons, if you will, White House liaison, was reassigned after he was going around the building inside DOJ, criticizing the Attorney General's top aide, the chief of staff, saying that he didn't want candidates in these top jobs who were loyal enough to Trump and the administration. Typically, DOJ and the White House are separate. They're supposed to not communicate as much as they do and maintain that independence. Now, we're told that this liaison liaison has been moved to the Department of Homeland Security. But what this does is just underscore, frankly, the infighting that has always existed in this administration and the previous one, but really over staffing and staffing those top ranks inside DOJ. They still don't have a lot of those top positions that will run crucial areas of DOJ, like the criminal division or the national security division, for example. So quite a shakeup, and we'll see what comes of it.
All right, Dan Bongino. Let's see exactly what his title is. The Deputy FBI Director. I wonder what all has to happen for that to go through. Can President Trump just make that happen? He just, bam, now Dan's the Deputy Director? Or does he have to be confirmed too? Do you hooligans know about that stuff? I'm sure he's probably talking about it on his X. I plan on looking at all of that stuff after the live today to try to learn more about it. Like I said earlier, I don't know a whole lot about Dan Bongino. I think he used to be a cop or a Marine or something like that, and there's no used to be when it comes to military. You just is. But I'm going to learn more about him after the live today, because I'm sure we're going to have lots of follow-up videos with Dan Bongino. And like I said, that is the last little bit of the news I had for you hooligans today. We got fun stuff coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Dan Bongino. Russell, Dan Bongino will be amazing. He's so passionate about the U.S. Heck yeah, that's what I'd like to hear. Hair juicer, good lord, that broad smiles back to her molars. People always said that shit about me in school because I got a big ass smile, and they used to tell me I have a 1,000-tooth smile when I was in school. I used to hate that shit. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom to you. Good luck to you. Thank you for stopping in here with us. Hair juicer deputy is appointed by the director. There's no confirmation. Badass. Dan was a New York cop in Secret Service. Oh, well, he does sound like the guy for the job. Totally care. Dan's the man. Good pick. Hell yeah. Jeb, Dan is much like Trump. He doesn't hold back anything. Good. We need more people like that. We need more people that are just not worried about hurting feelings, but about doing a good job. You know, that's what we need. Patriot Dad, you know Elon sent those emails to figure out who the slackers are. Yeah, I just wish that people's I don't even know what to call them, like their co-workers weren't interfering. You know, like we were talking about earlier, having HR or having your boss tell you, you just never mind Elon's email. I feel like that's bad advice. So it sucks that there's people interfering with it. Twisted, he's former NYPD and former Secret Service. Yeah, he seems like the guy for the job. Jeb, Dan is the right person. Libby Racer, I can hear liberal heads exploding. Yeah, it's been going on for 4 weeks now. Starting to get tinnitus from all the crying and hollering, head explosions and all that. Patriot Dad 4D chess every day. That's right. Twist said, oh yeah, and the proof that Obama's birth certificate is being faked, even though we all knew that shit was being faked, but the proof is always great. Yeah, Twisted, I've seen that there's a video from 2016 circulating on X right now saying that the document is fake. I don't know if it was like hidden when it came out or what, but it is doing numbers now. I was going to show it on the live until I realized it was so old. But yep, his birth certificate is a falsified document. Totally care. The vax got Dan sick and he was fighting mad about it too. Yep. Now they got him deputy director. Damn. Good stuff. I can't wait to see what he does. Twisted, they forgot to flatten the edited PDF. Got him caught up. That's what happens, though. You lie, cheat, and steal, and the truth has a way of coming out. That's why it ain't worth it to make those bad decisions and cut corners. It just ain't worth it. It's better to just walk the walk that God made for you. You know, you're already on the path. Walk it. Do a good job in everything you do. Don't cut corners, because that shit comes back to bite you in the ass right when you don't want it to the most. And thank you for being here, Viola. What's up, ACB? Happy freedom to you. Oh, yeah, they're real big mad. What's up, Atlas? Happy freedom. Bongino knows all about Adam Schiff, too. Well, I can't wait for the House of Cards to start falling. Chess. Obama's real birth certificate is on the Hawaii database. We downloaded it back in 2013. Yeah, but in Hawaii, the only thing you got to do to prove that you were born there is have an article from the newspaper. My buddy who's in the Army, he's a captain in the Army, he's from Samoa, and his aunt was the person running the newspaper. So he could literally just tell his aunt, hey, print this name off, and they take it to the Secretary of State, and they get a Social Security number for it and all of that. Or not a Social Security number. You got to go to the Social Security office to get a Social Security number and have all that stuff trumped up. You can have birth certificates printed and all kinds of stuff, and the only document it requires is that your name was in the paper as someone who was born in Hawaii. And that's it. It doesn't take anything. And so whenever you see birth certificates from Hawaii, there's a good chance that they're fraudulent, because there's nobody out there, you know, checking anything. They're all on an island. Everything out there is imported. So they don't check anything, and lots of corruption comes through that pathway. Hooligans Island, happy freedom to you. Bite you right in the bamboo. It will. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to be crooked. What's up, B-Kel? Happy freedom to you. Because so happy Joy Reid is finally gone. I know. I don't know if she's actually gone, though. Her show is canceled, but man, they might stick her somewhere else. She's like herpes, you know. It's like it just spreads. I don't think you can get rid of her that easily. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom to you. Non-woke retribution is the only path forward. I know, we're going to be covering all of it. It's good stuff. All right, hooligans, like I said, we're getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. Then we got 2 funny videos of the day coming up. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Like I said, we're getting into things. Going to be opening up today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. So let's see what we crack open today. Today is day 12 of 24. We're getting there. We are getting there. What is this? Oh my God, we got Santa Claus Jack. That's so badass. This has got to be one of the best ones yet. Thank you, Josh1776. I really appreciate you. That's awesome. That's super awesome. All right, hooligans, getting into our funny videos here. This first one, let me get it pulled up real quick. This first one was testing my patience. That's how bad it is. It was straight up testing my patience. Come on, thing. Load. Do the load. That's what I told her. Anyways, moving forward here. Staying on topic. This first one's titled, When People Are So Stupid You Have to Break Out the Tape Measure. Holy. That's how I feel about people. Dumb as shit. Dumb as shit. It's like me doing math with the dumbasses at the dispensary. They're trying to overcharge me. I'm like, the math ain't mathin'. They're like, Dang. I'm like, don't smoke before your job, you fucking idiot. God, I can't stand people. So stupid. Gotta keep that tape measure on you just in case you're dealing with a brain dead individual. And it happens a lot more often than I'd like. Let's get full screen here. This is our official funny video of the day, and this is titled Ice Ice Baby.
Do you actually work for ICE?
No, not at all. Nope.
Explain the outfit.
It's $29.99 on Amazon. I would recommend buying a small if you're my size. This one's a little too loose for my liking. But yeah, if you want some entertainment, wear this and go to a Home Depot in a sanctuary city like where I live right now, Washington, D.C., and you'll see all the illegals. Not all of them, but you can maybe see a lot of them start to run away, and you feel like a group fitness instructor. It's really good.
And you actually think that's funny?
I think it's hilarious, absolutely. What's not funny is them illegally...
There you have it, everybody. One of the worst people I've seen here at CPAC, and that's saying something. Appreciate it. Do you actually work for...
Yes. I love that so much. That guy was going off. He was all ready for it. He's like, you know what's not funny is them illegally crossing the border. That's what he said, but the guy ripped the mic away from him. So good. $29.99. That's a deal. That's a deal. Anyways, like I said, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'll grab this Linktree link really quick and drop it in all of the chats. We're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Smoked him. He's like, you think that's funny? He's like, yeah, I think it's hilarious. Sorry you cut your wiener off and you have a hard time laughing now without your hole oozing out. That's okay. It's still okay to laugh, guys. Anyways, there's the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. We have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that are a ton of fun. And you'll also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. jeffmaclive.com is the place to be and the home of the hooligans. So definitely go get yourself a membership. We're going to read through really quick, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Josh 1776 got the chair leaned back and the feet way up, the feet up. You better be careful. Every time I do that, I fall on my ass. I've been doing it since I was in high school. Got to be careful. Hill, that guy's gonna be in trouble for the ice jacket, though. I don't know, because I think he's in trouble if he's trying to impersonate an officer. But I think walking around with an ice jacket, as long as you don't tell anybody that you're ice, I don't think you're really committing a crime. But it's kind of hard to say. Josh 1776, can we please get Jeff an FBI, ATF, CIA, ICE Halloween outfits for the stream? That would be hilarious. Josh 1776, you go to Jars, right? I was going to a place called Super Good. And I go to Med Cafe in Manistee every once in a while. Med Cafe has better prices than Super Good. Super Good, those people are brain dead. They can't do math for shit. Josh 1776. I wish there was more calendars. There were less holiday related. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it, Josh 1776. I can look some stuff up if you want, though. I've never really looked into advent calendars. Hill, you know it's bad if Jeff's saying I try not to say a whole lot. Sometimes it happens. I usually say it if there's a swear word I'm trying to say that I shouldn't say, then I usually would just be like, because it sounds better than being like, fucking, like, putting that between words. So, yeah, I try to do better. Sage Pop, got to get you a blue suit and a red tie like Trump when you go to the press briefing. They still haven't wrote me back. I'm thinking about writing them another email because, yeah, they never wrote me back about press credentials and stuff. I don't know if I didn't put enough information. I mean, I put all the necessary information on there, but there was like a chat box where you could write a bunch of bull crap. And I figured, what was the point of that? Like, they weren't asking for anything specific, so I just left it blank. But maybe I should go back and fill out another application. Rip Krill, you can wear ICE, ATF, DEA, etc. jackets as long as you don't claim to be an agent or act like one. Yeah, that's why I figured, Rip Krill. Resistance, yeah, I do all the time. Be talking and I'd be like, fucking, and so I had to learn to stop doing that. Craig Kiss should sell the ICE jackets. That would be hilarious. Rip Curl, I'm surprised that we haven't heard of people scamming border crossers wearing the jackets for bribes and not deporting them. You know, Rip Curl, I've been meaning to say this for a week and I keep forgetting, and you actually just reminded me. I'm really surprised that scammers are not using the Doge checks to rip people off. I'm so surprised that nobody's sending out emails or text messages saying, hey, we got your $5,000 Doge check, but we can't seem to figure out a place to ship it. Click this malicious link and tell us where to ship the check. I'm so surprised I haven't seen that yet. During the election, where you could text like 80081 or whatever the fucking number was that was on the podium to get updates from President Trump, there was so many of those that were scams, getting text by random numbers and shit saying, Trump really wants your support. Click this link and get scammed right now, and all this other goofy shit. I'm really surprised no one's taking advantage of the Doge checks. Twisted, is your X handle the same? Yes. Everything is the Great Jeff Mac. Plus, it's all in the link tree, Twisted. So if you click the link tree link, everything is on there. Cricket Kiss, happy freedom to you. ICE, the hooligan division. They're going to want the regular guys after they get a load of us. Josh 1776, I'll check it out. Turbo with the Mike Jones. You guys were typing random numbers in the chat. It might have been before we started the live. And so I put 281-330-8004 because that's the Mike Jones number. But nobody even reacted to it. I was like, damn, I'm the only person who knows about Mike Jones? I didn't know. Twisted, you ain't gonna lose the love. Don't you worry. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for sticking with us. Gosley, who? Mike Jones. That shit was annoying until I got stuck in your head, and then you knew all the words to the song. Zeus Boo, Disney World Monday, January 12th, 2026. What is that? I don't know what you're talking about, Zeus Boo. Appreciate you being here, Itchy. Steve S, $20.99. It wasn't $29.99. That's a deal. Hooligans Island. Lefties are making a comeback on X talking trash. They must be bots. The lefties are so soft-skinned they had to go to their Blue Sky platform. I haven't heard about that in so long. It must be dying. Josh, anyone else smoke Bossy carts? I always get the Redemption carts. I think they're higher quality, but I've never tried Bossy, so I don't know if they're higher quality than Bossy. But the Redemption carts are hard to come by. But if you get Redemption carts, percentage of the money that you spend goes towards helping individuals that are in jail for weed crimes. What are you saying, U-Hill? Forgot to ask me what. Turbo, I heard you say 8004 a second ago and it popped in my head. That's what I'm saying. Mike Jones, he programmed it right in our brain. Oh, U-Hill, are we getting checks? No, I don't think so. There's no yes or no out there right now, but I personally do not think we're going to be getting Doge checks. I just don't. Jeb, recognize this random number? No, I don't. That's totally what I'm going to start doing, though. When strange numbers call me and I Google it and Google can't tell me who it is, I'm going to post it here on the live and we're going to figure out who that fucker is calling me. I love it. Never thought about that. I see. You guys. I don't know who sings that song, but I know which song you're talking about now. Lisa with the wall of memes. Very nice. 8675309. Everybody is posting that. And it wasn't until the 5th person posted it that I realized that you guys were singing a song. Thank you for being here, Cosmic Squirrel. Everybody's typing that in the chat. Holy. All right, hooligans. It's that time once again. Are you singing Taylor Swift songs? I don't know if that's who sings it, but I'm just going to say that just to make you guys mad. Anyways, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bam, did the thing. All right, hooligans. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind. But we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We'll keep our eye out for press briefings from Caroline Leavitt. We'll also be watching the president's public schedule to see if he's going to be going live tomorrow. And I will do my best to keep up with President Trump. It's not easy to do. Either way, we're going to read through one last time and we're wrapping her up. You Hill, don't be talking about my Taco Bell like that. I was tearing up Taco Bell on Saturday. I'm getting 3 orders of those double dipping burritos with the creamy jalapeno sauce. And when you get the little sauce cup, you put a little bit of Diable in there. And you stir it all up, and now you got the creamy Diable. Right? That's something that's never even been heard of. I'm just telling you guys my secrets. It's benefits of coming to the live. Appreciate you guys. Tree Herder, for all legal citizens. That's right, Tree Herder. I miss when we didn't have to specify. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Twisted Eye, screw it. Autocorrect hates me. You hooligans crack me up. Crit Kiss, well now, why we need your cooking video? Well, see, they'll be coming. What's up, Alistair? Happy freedom to you. U-Hill, Taco Bell, Meth Lab Food Creations. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Thank you, Too Old to Care. I appreciate you being here with us. Thank you, Jay Spray. I hope you have a good night as well. Salty Ragu dropping the boobies in the chat. Very nice. Turbo one-upped you. Drop the jugs right in the chat. Jesus loves us. Craig Kiss the Sauce Master. Well, I wasn't making claims like that. I never run out, though. Jesus loves us. It's too much. All right, hooligans, it looks like we are good to go. Like I said, we are going to be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the next Coffee with Hooligans. And as I said, we will be looking for press briefings with Caroline Leavitt, as well as President Trump going live in the day. We'll keep our eyes out for all of that. But Coffee with Hooligans will be at 3 p.m. Eastern time. I appreciate all of you guys being here and jumping through the hoops and having some laughs and watching people cry. It's always a good time over here. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Go find yourself some good food. I'm going to be doing the same. And make your way back to us tomorrow. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.